Whoa, they like.
Fuck. What's up, y'all? This is Relly back with another video. Yes, son, today we have to ask ourselves the question, where do Bradley Beal fit? But before we get into the topic at hand, I need y'all to smash that subscribe button. And if you are already subscribed to the channel, share it to somebody who ain't subscribed, because we are on the grind, and with y'all, I know I can get there. But with all that being said, let's jump into the topic. Now, we all know, minus them beating the Brooklyn Nets, the Washington Wizards have been struggling, right? We also know Bradley Beal has literally been doing everything offensively to keep his team competitive, but for the most part, that has not contributed to the Washington Wizards winning any games, right? So, a lot of people, including myself, believe Bradley Beal will be in trade rumors sooner rather than later, right? And it's a lot of people that's speculating that the Golden State Warriors, as well as the Los Angeles Lakers, could be two of those teams that could be looking at Bradley Beal. And it's a lot of YouTubers, a lot of basketball heads talking about which location would be the better of the two. Or can it be another dark horse team that can jump into this and acquire Bradley Beal? But for the discussion, I will be talking about who would be the better option amongst these two teams, the Los Angeles Lakers and the Golden State Warriors, and explaining why I think which team should really acquire Bradley Beal and who would realistically be the best fit, right? Let's start off with the Golden State Warriors, right? The Golden State Warriors is probably the biggest favorites to get Bradley Beal because of how they're starting the season and how they're projected to end the season, right? As well as Klay Thompson is out, and they believe that this would be a great opportunity for the Warriors to acquire good talent, so when Klay Thompson comes back, the Golden State Warriors will be in finals contention, right? But the problem I have with all of that, and all YouTubers who say Bradley Beal will be a perfect fit in the Golden State Warriors, is, are they considering the defensive aspect of the game if they were to acquire Bradley Beal? And this is what I mean. So if you were to acquire Bradley Beal, the lineup would probably look like Stephen Curry at the point guard, Bradley Beal at the 2, Klay Thompson at the 3, Draymond Green at the 4, and James Wiseman at the 5, right? And the problem I have with that is, as soon as Klay Thompson comes back, I feel like they would be putting a lot of pressure on Klay Thompson defensively because, let's be real, Klay Thompson on an ordinary day is guarding whoever the best offensive player is, right? It's a switch between him and Draymond, right? And then Klay Thompson naturally is switching on whoever Curry assignment is on defense, right? So he's not only is he switching, he's guarding whoever the best offensive player is, right? And that's not even including Klay Thompson's man, right? So now you've put him in a situation where he's looking at 3 different bodies who he's going to have to defend, right? And I know a lot of people are going to say they're going to find a way, they're going to get some players to do it, but let's be real, they don't have Iguodala to help him. They don't have Kevin Durant to help him anymore. They don't have players like JaVale McGee or Andrew Bogut to help with those switches. So now all of the pressure is going on Klay Thompson and Draymond, and it's just so much they can do, right? Especially with Klay Thompson coming off of 2 injuries back to back. It's just so much pressure you can put on him that fast, that quick, if you get a Bradley Beal. Don't get me wrong though, the offense would be beautiful to watch, right? When you got Curry, Klay Thompson, and Bradley Beal on your perimeter, that's bound to get dangerous, especially when Draymond Green is the floor general. He's the one that's getting these players their shots and making sure they get open. And if James Wiseman develops to what we see already, he's going to be a really great asset amongst those 3 elite scorers, right? Which that would be the upside. Offensively, they would be phenomenal, but on the defensive end, that's where a lot of things would get scary. And this is where in free agency, if they were to acquire Bradley Beal, that is, they would have to be looking at a lot of defensive wings because let's be real, Andrew Wiggins is more than likely gone. If they're trying to acquire Bradley Beal, they're going to have to give up Kelly Oubre, Wiggins, you know what I'm saying, some picks to try to match the contract of Bradley Beal, but also make it fair for the Washington Wizards. You get what I'm saying? Now for the Los Angeles Lakers, I think them acquiring Bradley Beal would make the most sense, but the downside and the problem with them acquiring Bradley Beal is who is they going to give up to get Bradley Beal, because the assets they would have to give up just to match the contract alone would be crazy, right? Because yes, I understand they have signed certain players to extensions, which has allowed them to be a little bit more flexible via trading if they wanted to get in that direction. But they still would need a couple of players just to match Bradley Beal. And the Lakers have to ask themselves, is they willing to give up their depth in order to acquire Bradley Beal? Now, I know a lot of people might say, absolutely, you know, you don't get Bradley Beals all the time, especially when you already got LeBron and Anthony Davis. You're absolutely right. But the Los Angeles Lakers is going to be in a situation, do we give up the depth when the depth has shown us that season when they won the championship that the depth in LeBron and AD could potentially be enough to win a championship? Now for what everybody's been waiting for, who do I think is the most logical fit for Bradley Beal? Who's the perfect fit for Bradley Beal? Who should legitimately trade for Bradley Beal? And in my personal opinion, I think the Los Angeles Lakers should trade for Bradley Beal. I think it makes the most sense if they can get over the decision of risking trading their depth in order to acquire Bradley Beal, because I think they may need the star power, and I know they can get some more role players, may not be to the same degree of the role players they have now, but I feel like they're going to have to think about that move, consider that move, when you got a team out in the East named Brooklyn Nets that has stacked up their cards with having Kyrie Irving, Kevin Durant, James Harden, and then it's speculated that they're trying to get Kevin Love too. And that's only going to make that team more dangerous. And the Los Angeles Lakers, to stay competitive, may very well have to get another star just to stay in the realm of the Brooklyn Nets if they get a Kevin Love, if they can stay healthy, just to make it fair if and when they make it to the finals. And for more amazing content, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you can be a part of the grind. And with that being said, go.
Hey. Motivated all about cash flow, ran it up and ran out of excuses. In the field and we turn into hoopers. For the clip like bonds we shootin', just like some soldiers we troopin'. Step back 3, we hoopin'. We in your house just like Fortnite.